Well, it's wonderful to have your company and welcome along to Ryka Athletics for Women. And this is all about a company who for the last quarter of a century have been designing exclusively for women. And we have a lovely lady with us right now.
Hello.
Lovely to see you again, Jess.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And Ryka, as I say, designed for women. I mean, what makes that so special?
I mean, this is the thing. I think for so many years, women were just wearing a small version of a man's shoe. And Ryka really did so many years, like you say, I think it's over 26 years now of research to sort of determine that actually what women need, everything about our body is completely different. We move differently, we have a different skeletal structure, the way that we stride, the way that we sit, everything, our hips are wider. And so therefore we need, for example, we need a narrower heel, we need more room in the forefoot, we need more arch support. There's a whole host of scientific things that we're just so different. And so this is now just for women. And you don't understand until you put it on and you're like, oh my gosh.
And
this is like revolutionary.
We'd love to hear from anyone who has tried these before. We've only had one show before, and that was about 6 months ago. So it's taken us a long time to bring these back to you. And as well, I don't know exactly when the next show will be. We might be able to get one more in before Christmas, but there's also a likelihood that we won't. So just bear that in mind. And we have got so many brand new designs. To buying a pair of these as a Christmas gift to someone that you're close to, then all of our purchases as... I'll start that again. Anything that you buy between now and Christmas as a Christmas gift, you've got up until the 25th of January to return them to us if you need to. So let's start off with these.
They are complete slip-on, and these, I mean, these come under Ryka Tentative. They've categorized.
And then this one, raspberry coral. So you have
the big thing about these. If you just, I don't know if you can see, if I poke my finger into this, look at that. I mean, that is now what that is a memory foam with latex base. So memory foam is just like a mattress. You know, when you get into a memory and you're like, it's exactly like that for your feet.
It is wonderful. I can't believe how comfy I've been in my Ryka shoes.
It's amazing. But then because of the latex base, that sort of aids the opposite. It aids the response. We're all on the go. We're going forward. Everything is so active these days, and it's wonderful to see Ryka, for me, are the first brand to actually recognise lifestyle as a form of fitness.
Well, as you mentioned, busyness. It's very, very busy on the phones right now. 4.5, 6.5 and 9 in the blue are already limited stock. So limited means over 90% gone.
An adjustable strap over the heel, which just means you can custom fit. You can just make it as loose or as tight as you want to really support your individual foot.
And even though you've got that lovely, sumptuous memory foam on the inside, these are actually...
It is so durable. It's going to last you a long, long time.
They honestly are some of the comfiest shoes I've ever worn. They're not these specific ones that I'm wearing. I'm wearing another pair that are coming up later. But just
they're all designed.
The way that they are designed. And I am a person who does have foot problems.
Oh, do
like you, I'm an ex-dancer. And I have got, really not very pretty feet, I'll be honest. And there's lumps and bumps and there's pains and aches. And we can't promise that they will take them away. But for me personally, I've got something called Morton's neuroma. And that means I have to frequently take my shoe off and flex my feet.
Yeah, because you get sort of cramped.
I haven't had to undo these, which I've been amazed at for the whole morning. Since about 7:30 I've been wearing these.
And you can tell when you wear bad shoes, because even just a couple of hours of shopping, you come back and I always struggle because I've got really high arches. And my arches, if I don't wear anything supportive, they hurt. They're fatigued, they feel tired. And it's the last thing you want. You
ready. So thank you very much for your calls, and I hope you're delighted with your purchase. Now, already I just love the feeling of them.
Just want to go.
I really, really do. And I'm a person who, I love walking. It's one of my favourite things to do. I know it might sound a bit sad, but I just love it. For me, it's almost like, some people love running, some people like cycling. For me, I
love walking.
I really just love to walk, but my feet have to...
The muscles in your feet do actually relax and flatten slightly. So you may be wide width without realising it. So you put a pair of shoes on, you're like, oh, they're not comfortable. It's quite possibly because you're in the wrong width. And so just consider that. It can be about... Because I always used to think the wide fit meant to do with about the middle part of your foot. But it's not. It's more often... I'm just going to say the word, bunions. Bunions. If you have got big lumps and bumps... I can't believe I said such a... I said the B word live on telly. TV.
But if you do have that, and I do, unfortunately, and I've got lumps on the other side of my foot as well, if you have that, it does you know, sort of increase the amount of space that you need in your shoes.
Absolutely. And again in here, just to mention before we go on to the next one, again, we have this memory foam and latex.
With a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Exactly.
And we're not saying you can return them as long as the box hasn't been opened, as long as you haven't taken the stuffing out of the shoes.
Try them, that's the idea.
Try them, wear them. You can wear them outside, you can go running in them, do whatever you like. Within 30 days, you can return them to us if it feels that they're not right for you. But you've got the different half sizes as well, so you can get more of a customised fit.
They probably will be. They're so comfortable. I've not heard many complaints out and about in the night time, whether you're going cycling, walking, running. It is quite important to have these reflective surfaces. They are going to
important to have a reflective behind if you want to attract attention in the right way in the winter, as the night stroller. But it is true. You do want to attract attention to the fact that you are on the road, that you are walking maybe down a dark lane. Enjoying an hour of ryka athletic shoes made especially for women. And thank you very much for our first tweet that's come through from Teresa. And Teresa says, I bought ryka the first time round on QVC. I'm so pleased to see them back as they were comfortable, as they were so comfortable. I look forward to trying updated styles. And we've got so many updated styles.
A lot of brand new today, a lot of brand new styles and of EVA and PU, which are two very often, you know, two foam compounds that sort of have opposite qualities. One is for its cushioning and one is for its sort of durability. So together, they are the perfect mix, and you're going to have the softness, but it's going to last, which is great. So there's nothing worse than buying trainers and then they... You know.
Well, I wouldn't have known about these things until recent years, but my feet have really let me down.
Oh,
so
really?
Footwear is...
and latex base. So it's compression, release, compression, release. Your foot's going to compress the EVA, and then because of that latex base, it's going to, like, push you forward. And
now, we have just got 2 reviews for these online. One of them is actually saying that they just didn't feel true to size for them and that they personally would have gone up to the next size on these particular ones. But the other one is saying, glad they're back. I bought a pair of ryka walking shoes some 10 years ago from QVC. I didn't realise we'd had them before, and I wore them out because they were so comfortable, and I was gutted when you no longer stocked them. I'm ecstatic that they've returned.
I have you? It's so easy.
Excellent.
It's so, I mean, these days, is there any other way? I do everything by apps.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I go online quite a bit, actually, because a lot of the times I'm on air and I'll suddenly think this is going to sell out, and I get on there quickly while I'm here.
It's just easy.
So it's quick. It's quick enough to do even when you're working. Now, what we have next, some people
sort of feel sorry for a training shoe. It has so many demands placed upon it. It has to be good for walking, for running, for cycling, cross training, classes indoors. You're expecting so much, and
they should set up a helpline for these poor little shoes.
These poor shoes.
Yeah. Do you feel downtrodden? Do you feel like you get walked over?
Moaning at you. But honestly, this is where, like, all these years of ryka's research really come into that. Everyone always focuses on the bottom, and that is where we're paying really the money for, is all the technology and the engineering in this kind of midsole section. But for me, I do a lot of spinning classes, you know, where you put your foot into those metal or plastic.
You are an active girl. It doesn't matter whether it's from us or somewhere else. It's 0800 54 44 34. And, of course, you can tweet in at the Huntley. Now, let's have a look at these ones, which you did start gone to the 7 rather than a 6.5. But to be honest, that's only because in the studio here, I only had a choice between a 6 or a 7.
Ah, OK.
So maybe the 6.5 would have been right for me anyway.
See, I'm a 5 and these are a 5, and they feel perfect. I've still got... You want it to be sort of snug around your heel, but you want to maybe, especially with the walking or running or training shoes, you want a little bit of wiggle room. A little bit of wiggle room for the toes. Don't block them in.
And that's what I love so much about the shoes that I've tried on from this collection today, is that it does allow me that room. It's that bit just around...
But you still feel supported on the sides, no? You feel that snugness around the sort of the widest part of your foot, yet you can still wiggle your toes.
Brilliant. Now, with these ones already...
Every time your foot hits the floor...
So if you haven't got something that's supporting that, imagine that crashing down.
It's insane when you actually think about it.
And it's impacting everything, not just your feet, because then that's why a lot of people who run, you know, complain about their knees or the hips and different things like that.
So all of that weight coming through. So what you are really paying for here, and it's so, so important. If you are a runner, you will know how important the shoe is. What you are paying for is the support and the rigidity on the upper, and it's all about the midsole. It's all about that cushion.
How did I not try these before the show?
I would say in terms of comfort, and all of them are up there on the comfort stakes, this has got to be... remember, CSS, if you see that stamped on any of our ryka shoes, dog also likes to eat them. I found out recently the bungee ended up
on shoes.
Yes, so now they
I used to have a cat who liked biting through mobile phone cables, you know, mobile phone chargers.
Oh, great.
Yeah. But he was all right. There's nothing bad happened to him. Now, 159942 is the item number. Now, we have got 2 different colour options to go for. We have the Frost Multi, which are the ones that we see here.
Grey, which we would say was sort of grey.
Grey with some purple elements.
Some purple,
And then we have the black multi, and that's got black, white and red.
Yeah, which is, I mean, they're both sort of, I think they're very designed for winter outdoors for me. Like you said, walking the dog, fireworks